Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Perisno 0.6. Now, when we left off, we didn't really have much to do, but as you can probably tell, we may have some declarations of war coming up here. Now, this is a little bit worrying, I have to admit. We have Drahara and the Zann dynasty forming an alliance together. Now, I think you can probably imagine what that is going to amount to. Drahara has a very large territory, and if they are allying with the Zann dynasty themselves, we are going to be in for some rather fiendish maneuvers, perhaps. So let's take a look here, and oh my goodness. Okay, so Drahara has already declared war against the Kingdom of Talrania, and against Macavia, okay, and against the Hakon Empire, and anything else? No! Oh my goodness, really? Okay, so it appears that the Draharans are not entirely confident in their own abilities to take care of the Valahir clan. And, of course, I don't believe... Oh, they did declare war against Talrania, but they didn't declare war against the Redwood Nation, so I suppose that is rather a large territory for them to deal with, and I suppose they're not really wanting to do it too much. They are only declaring war against very, very many of the factions in the game currently. So yes, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that the Zann dynasty are also declaring war against those fellows now that they're in alliance together, maybe? We will see. But as we left off last time, we do have this dispute to resolve. Now, we do have King Ingveld in Grund. I did just check that. And we also have Aethling Guntar here. I asked in... Where were we? We were in Arndal. Yes, we were in Arndal, and we asked the Lord there, because he was stopping by just to rest for a little bit. We asked the Lord there where Aethling Guntar was at, and he was here. And then, of course, we asked him where King Ingveld was, and he's at Grund. So, let's head in here, and we will try to resolve the dispute. I am hopeful that we will not lose relation with any of these fellows here, but we will see. This guy has no shirt on. How disrespectful. I'm betting that this is the fellow that was at our wedding with no shirt on. Well, we will see. So, let's see here. I wish to address your quarrel with King Ingveld. We found ourselves on the opposite side of many arguments over the years, and bad blood has built up between us. Well, let's see. Could you not be convinced to settle your differences? For the sake of our friendship, I defer to your judgment. I will try to make amends with King Ingveld. Oh, very nice. And we have a relation of 6 with him. So yes, we are bestest friends right here with 6 relation. Okay. I suppose that you should speak to King Ingveld and see if he will do the same for me. Ah, yes. Okay, well, he seems to be quite agreeable. So I'm actually quite happy about that. But now we just have to make sure that King Ingveld agrees with our point of view here. Now, as you may see, we do have a vastly inferior force to what we had beforehand, but that was because we were having difficulties with morale, and I had to swap out quite a few of our units. Because I was imagining that we were going to war, if you remember, but they made peace just as soon as we got there, so that was a little unfortunate, to say the least. Hopefully we will see a declaration of war in this particular episode. That would be pretty nice. But for now... Whoa, okay. We will speak to King Ingveld, but I was just marveling at how many ladies are actually here. Is he being rather frisky, perhaps? Okay, good to see you again. Okay, let's see here. I wish to address your quarrel. Yes, okay, he says the exact same thing. Could you not be convinced to settle your differences? Ah! I will try to make amends. There we go. We gain 18 renown, which is actually a very large amount at this point in the game, and we've gained some honor as well, which I suppose is always a good thing to get. So let's see. Does he have any quests? He does. We have a taxation quest. Well, this is something that I'm not entirely sure whether we will do, because if we go over there and get those taxes, then we're going to be, well, in bad spirits with them, and they're going to be obviously reducing their relation with us. And I would like to keep all of the villages at a positive relation so that we have a place to recruit units if we so desire. So unfortunately I'm not going to be doing that. We do have 49 relation with him already because I did do a huge amount of tasks for him, and various other things, of course, such as helping him in battle and everything. So, let's see. I don't think we want to talk to any of his lady friends over here, so we're just going to be leaving, and I think we'll probably try to buy some food. And at the moment, it doesn't appear as though they have too many things here. Well, they have a good variety, but I was hoping that they would have some cheaper things that I could buy en masse, but it appears not. Now, I am remembering now that we need to unequip our horse, because it is lame at the moment, so we're going to have to run around on our 2 feet, and we'll see what we can do with that. Hopefully we're not going to move any slower. And, oh yes! That brings me to another point. I do believe one of the development team of Perisno has asked me to shout out for any potential developers that are out there watching this and who want to get in on the Perisno development cycle, because apparently they've lost contact with some of the developers and they need some additional assistance. So by all means, if you are into making mods, or you just have a passing interest in it, and you have a little bit of experience making your own one, perhaps. I have no idea what is involved. I really do not, actually. I am so clueless about modding. I have no idea why that is, but I'm not entirely sure whether you need coding experience at all, but I suppose if you are a model maker as well, you could do that. But yes, by all means, visit the Perisno forums, I think it is. The Perisno forums on Tailworlds? Is that it? Ooh, I am unsure about that, but I do believe if you find the sub-forum on the Tailworlds forums for Perisno and then post there, then I'm pretty sure they'll be very happy for your assistance. So there it is. Thank you very much. Now, as you see here, our wages. We are gaining 10,600 every single week. That is excellent. And it appears, wait a minute. Wow, okay, Volderberg is now making more money. I suppose that is because of our caravans doing a very good job. So, yes, it appears that it's very different each week. Which particular town makes more money? Of course, that depends on how many caravans we're able to get through at that particular time. So, what are we going to do now, you ask? Well, that's the thing. We're apparently going to be fighting 15 Valahir raiders. I really didn't want to go in here, but I did not see any other bandit parties, and I thought to myself, there's 15 guys over here, and we may as well fight them. I wasn't really wanting to. No, far from it, but yes, as I was saying, what are we going to do after this particular bandit fight? Are we going to be heading on to incite war in another area? Or are we just going to incite war against the Machiavellians and see what we can do, see if we can take them out? Because they are very close to being eliminated from the game, and I think it might be quite a good idea. I do believe one of you in the comments did actually state that you would like to see Machiavellia eliminated once and for all, so let's see what we can do with that. I'm actually going to head over there after this. We'll scout it out with our increased forces, and we'll see what we can do about finding a weak point in their defenses. That is going to be a very advantageous position if we can find one, but if not, then so be it. Now, I am not entirely sure whether I even want to take any prisoners here, but we are stopping off at the nearby town of Arndal, of course. So let's head over here, and we will place them in the garrison, of course. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get our prisoner guards out here, and we're also going to be getting hardened Drengars, but first Segars we want, that is for sure. And what else? What else do we want here? I think hardened Drengars is probably going to be fine for the leftover spaces right there. So that is great. Now, we do need to make post-haste here. We need to make very, very quick movements towards Ford, because we are going to start losing morale, and of course we are a little bit lower on food than I would like, but yes, I think we'll be okay until a potential siege occurs, and more Valahir raiders. I cannot believe you want to attack us. I just want to check real quick what our honor rating is. We have 56, that's actually not too bad. We haven't released too many prisoners after all, so I suppose you could expect it to be that way. There's Agathor Krex, what? Okay. Whoa. He was just defeated. He was actually just defeated, or he was in battle and won versus one of those Zann Dynasty Patrols. That is probably the case here. Oh my goodness. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I think you might be, because as you can see, in his prisoner's hold, he has 4 different types of Zann unit. And I'm thinking, if we can defeat Agathor Krex, we can get those Zann units to join us. And I think that might be quite advantageous, because they are not at war against us, so they're not going to be having any issues with morale penalties or anything like that. So, we might have a very good chance. Should I? He is so close to us, you see. I don't think I will just yet. I would like to check out to see what's going on at Ford first, just to see how many they have. Ooh, my. No. Okay, they have a little bit too many there, but what about Horus Castle? Let's see what we can do over here. Ah, that's a little bit more manageable. Not too bad. They have a Bluewood Noble in there, in the prisoner's hold. They have some Wolf Knights, Wolf Squires, and a Wolf Constable as well. So that is very tempting. So I think we're going to head back, try and find Agathor Krex. I'm pretty sure he's going to be around here. He probably wants to try to get back to Ford so that he can rejuvenate himself. But at the moment, he's not having the greatest of luck, is he? So, yes, I would think I'll probably cut away while I try to find him. Or... ah, nope, that's not him. I was going to try and use our tracking skill, but I don't believe we have a very good tracking skill. We have 2. Yes, Silavethior has 2 in tracking. That's terrible. So yes, I will cut away, and I'll try to find Agathor Krex. Okay, so as you can see here, we have come across a battle between a Zann Vanguard and Agathor Krex's party. Now, when I found Agathor Krex, he had 145 units. Yes, he got those back in a split second, and he was just about to engage upon these Zann units. So I'm thinking, we're going to go in and help the Zann Vanguard. Why not? So we have 180 troops against 134. He has some Divine Earthlings. I can only assume that they are on loan from Queen Trusna, his wife, and we will do our very best to vanquish them as fast as possible. So, let's see here. What do I actually want to do? I have no idea about our maneuvers here, because this map is quite flat, apart from having to move a little bit further up, and I'm not entirely sure whether that's going to be too advantageous, because, of course, we do have the enemy bearing down on us right now. So, would that work? Do bear in mind that they are Machiaveans, and they have some excellent archery units. So let's try not to face our backs to them. Yes, let's try not to do that. And let's get our units up here. We want to get our cavalry over there too, so that they could potentially get some nice flanking maneuvers going on. Okay, we have a Limbard Knight there. Well, I think we're okay. Yes? It seems alright. They don't seem to have too many high-level units, actually. He has a lot of caravan guards. It appears that that is what he has established his army with, instead of actually getting proper units, like someone would, i.e. me. We are going to obviously be fighting quite a lot of caravan guards, which is very strange indeed. Not entirely sure why he's done this, but I suppose if that's all you have access to, then that is all you can get. And we're going to be very easily eliminating many of his units then as a result. Unfortunately, I really didn't want to fight Agathor Krex when he was weakened. No, of course I did. But yes, at the moment, he is obviously getting absolutely massacred. And we are losing quite a few of our good units, unfortunately. But we are going to be hopefully taking some of the best ones prisoner, so that we'll be able to sell them to a Ransom Broker. 60 damage from a Machiavean halberdier. Well, his units are all terrible. I cannot believe that we're attacking him when he's weakened. That was me a couple of seconds ago. Yes, that was me a couple of seconds ago. And those seconds were lovely. Now they're not. Okay, so we're going to be hopefully trying to track down this last remaining unit. He is running for the hills, literally, and we are hopefully going to be able to take him down. Come on, Zann units! Can you impress me with your archery skills? No, apparently not. Nope, we were just too late. And there we go. So we get 1 renown and 14 morale. And we defeated him. And we have now improved our relation with the Zann dynasty, which is always a good idea. And now we have this. Oh yes, we have this many units to retrieve. Now, the only unfortunate thing, as you can probably tell, is that his army was so bad. Well, let me rephrase that. His army was weakened versus our units, not versus me, of course. I just died immediately, but yes, unfortunately, I'm not able to take all of their units. So, we're going to have to remodel ourselves a little bit here. I'm going to have to get rid of some of our Valahir clan archers, and maybe these hardened Drengars as well, because as you see here, Zann veteran swordsmen, how can we not want to take these? So, let's get some of these out of there. And now 8 more spaces. Wow, we actually need more than that. We need so many spaces right here. This is actually going to turn out to be rather irritating. Oh no! We're going to be losing so many good units, but we're getting even better units as a result. Ah, I really wish I had more renown now. That is for sure. Oh my goodness, I cannot get rid of this guy, can I? No, he's just too good. Okay, I'm going by their wages at the moment, to be honest. So, I'm just going to get rid of the lowest wage, which is really unfortunate, because Sword Sisters are excellent. I really like those. And, let's see. Prison Guards? Oh, no! Prison Guards are so good, though. They have shields. Okay. We're going to have to get rid of them, unfortunately. Let's get rid of 10, 20 to begin with, and then we'll see what we can actually take here. Okay. Let's get rid of another 10, then. And we can take the rest of them. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, getting rid of all those prison guards is very painful for me, because as you know, I really love using those units. But, needs must and everything, and we do have a huge amount of Zann units now, which are probably, or hopefully, going to prove themselves to be very, very effective. So, do I want to take any loot? Not particularly. I don't have too much space, and it's not really worth it, so we'll let that go. And now, are we at war against the Maccabeans? Or at least, do we have a little bit of a... No, we don't. Okay, so we don't have a lower relation with them for whatever reason. It could be that I helped the Zann Vanguard, and that is the reason why. But who knows? Okay. For now, we'll just be leveling up Kara. She is looking mighty armoured at the moment, I have to admit. And I think we're actually going to be improving her agility a little bit, because, as you see here, she does only have 2 in athletics. I think it would be really nice if we could get that to 4, at least. And, of course, I would like to improve her shield skill as well. So let's do that. Give her some more in one-handed, because, of course, she is using that Assassin's Blade. Excellent weaponry. And Faziel now has also gained a level, so let's give him some more in strength. And more in trainer skill, I suppose. Trainer skill is actually doing a mighty fine job at leveling our lower level units, that is for sure. And there we go. That is it. So, let's head on over to Horus Castle, and we'll see what we can do over here. Lord Licinius, I would love to engage you, but apparently you are a little bit too fast for me.